Yo, what's up guys, your boy Nitrostorm here, welcome back to Solo Leveling Arise. So, we've got all of his skills unlocked at this current point. We've got a lot of basic skills, we've got 10 to choose from. For QTE skills, they are all already unlocked and ready to go. And we've got 2 ultimate skills to choose from. You unlock this one when you unlock Necromancer, I believe, and then but at the same time you can also unlock the Monarch job at the same time as well. So in any case, the main goal here is just talk about the skills and then let you know which one I feel are good depending on the upgrade that you get. So we'll start off with the first skills that you get. So we've got double slash and crushing blow. So after playing this game for a while, I am a big fan of skills that have break abilities. So for this one, unfortunately, kind of useless at base, and this one, medium break damage is pretty nice. You can always go to the preview screen. So we've got double slash, pretty straightforward skill, nice quick animation, and crushing blow, again, nice quick animation. Now, the first skill upgrade for double slash slows down the skill a little bit, but adds a bit of crowd control, mainly for non-boss monsters. So this is for mobbing. Second upgrade. Now, in order to get these right, you go to fuse. Right, once you're able to fuse, and then you go here, skill rune fragment, and then you try and get these. Normally you get them by doing red gates, and that's about it. And then you do simple, and then you either do fuse or simple fusion. Simple fusion is if you have multiple and you just want to open them all at once. But as you can see, it costs 20k to open one, which is pretty sad. As you can see, I got a blue yet again. But in any case, back to the video. So we were here. So this is the second iteration of this skill. In any case, you can equip the rune, and then this is the skill that you will see once you use it. Now, in any case, the second skill, you basically just use it twice, really. That because 50% to reset the skill cooldown 1 second. So you can technically spam this potentially, but it's not worth it. It's not a DPS kind of thing. Again, straightforward. This one gives crit. And this one has a stun. Now, this one could be cool, right? Because you also get a dash. So this is more so for movement's sake. But you have a limited number of skills, and I doubt the damage is worth the utility. Now, for the punch. This one again, break medium. I do not like how long the animation takes. So I normally don't use that one. Now this one, not bad. Adds light to the light effect to the target, makes them deal less damage. It's okay. This one, ooh, it applies when this skill is used. The user can counter attack the target's attack. Oh, now this is potentially nice. 10 second counter, but you have to be really good at this. And this one, if I were to use this, I would use this one for now. But this is nice. I would use this if I had it, but I have to get used to the parry mechanic. In any case, equip this. Okay, next up we have these. Oh, next up we have the stab. I wasn't really a big fan of this. I actually just skipped this. As you can see, for the most part, it's like, just some damage, just more so damage and stuff, and no break. So I'm not really a big fan. Snazzy moves, but not a big fan. This one, you saw me use this in some of my videos. It's not bad. I mainly use this in conjunction with this one, mainly because of the first version, because it buffs because it does break damage every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. And it also increases the damage of this guy right here. So, you know, it's a nice combo overall. This one is more so just a more damage to boss's version. Looks cool. You are invincible when using this skill, which is very nice. And then every time this skill hits, increases damage by 2%, stacking up to 2 times. And then if this skill hits, it resets the cooldown of Dagger Toss. So, you know, pretty interesting. But I still wouldn't take Dagger Toss even if the cooldown resets. I would just take this just for the invincibility. This is very good when trying to power through enemy attacks. Very nice. I wish I had it. Now this one. Okay, super armor is cool, but you get reduced to break light damage, and then but you can use it twice because within every 20 seconds anyway. But nah, this is the best one for this one. So these three for now I wouldn't really use. I wouldn't recommend it. This one I would recommend. This mainly for the invincibility and break effect. So very nice utility skill right there. Now this one, I like this for AoE initially when I first got this whilst progressing in the game. And it does no break damage, but it's got a very nice AoE. And this one knocks down an airborne. It's pretty cool when trying to, you know, get your QTE skills in. And then this one is just more damage. Now this, again, another counter. And then you stun as well. Now, you are counteracting in the air, but you might be able to counteract whilst you're still there. So, you know, again, we got 2 counter skills now. Very interesting. Oh, and then the last one. It's okay. It's okay. I don't like skills that last too long. The reason being is because Jinwoo in this game, unfortunately, is easily staggered when it comes to bosses attacking you. You either want super armor or preferably invincibility, right? Now, next skill. We got Cutting Rush. Just pure damage. This is just pure damage. Let you see, look at that. Insane increase to the thing. But as you can see, there's a long animation. You're meant to use it when you're in break state, when the enemy's in break state. And this one, you can just use it more than once. It's more so like a dash, right? But it does increase your crit damage. So if you want to use this to buff your weapon skill attacks, that's a good idea. Ooh, invincible while using the skill. Again, I'm a very big fan of this. And you get a crit rate increase. Oh, that's very nice. That's very strong. This one's a bit too much on the you know, the niche factor, because it's got a certain thing that you have to accomplish here, in this case back attacks. But yeah, for this one I like this one the most. Okay, so we've gone through 6 so far. What I prefer so far is I like this one, otherwise this one for the second skill. For this skill, I like this one. For your vertical arts, again I like this one because of the potential counter mechanic. And then this one for the invincible, because you want to make your experience as easy as possible, because getting hit means you get staggered, and getting staggered means you're losing DPS. So you have to try and make sure that you find every single way that you can to ensure that you're always able to attack the enemy without getting interrupted. Okay, skill number 7. I like the speed of this, right? This one's cool, right? Defense debuff. And then this one, increased damage dealt. Now, the only reason why I won't recommend this at all is because the AoE is pretty small. For the damage it deals, it's not worth the AoE. Now again, you can argue that this one doesn't have much AoE either, but as you can see, there's still some horizontal slices still involved. Now up next, as you can see, I am currently using this skill for a specific skill anyway. So this one, as you can see, frostbite, and interrupts, which is pretty nice, because you can freeze the enemy. CC is always good against mobs and bosses too. But I don't remember if the bosses get frozen. They probably can because you can stun them. This one, I don't really like it. Sure, you can use it twice, but long animation for the damage, and it doesn't even break. For this one, decreasing attack and defense, pretty good debuff. But it's okay. The last one though, I'm only using this because it has nice damage and it has AoE and a 20% chance to ignore defense. That's pretty much it. I'm banking on a 20% just so I can deal more damage. But if I do get the other skills, I will replace it for either this one, this one, this one, or this one. Any of the dark moves. Now, this skill. I'm using this skill because it's my only source of break heavy damage, and probably your own source of break heavy damage as well. I would use this as much as possible. Now, one thing to note in this skill is that it's very hard to use, mainly because most of your break damage is split into two. So you have that part, and then the big slam at the end. The big slam has probably maybe 60% of your break damage. So if you miss that, well, you're in for a bad time. Now, first version. This one is very fast, right? Crit damage, reset cooldown of your commander's touch. Interesting. We'll come back to that. This one, this skill can be used 3 times, but it is faster, but I don't like that. Look at that, 6 to 180 MP. No, thank you. But you can charge it, so it's pretty interesting if you think about it. This one, just more damage. And then lastly, again, just another version. So for this one, you essentially just use the element that you want based on the weakness of the enemy in that case. Otherwise, very nice utility for breaking. Now, last but not least, you have Commander's Tusk, Commander's Touch. So I like it because it has massive AoE, right? Very great for mobbing. Against bosses, you're kind of a sitting duck, right? And you don't have super armor either when you're using it, so you can easily get interrupted. Now, let's try. The first version, again, is probably even better for mobbing, perhaps. As you can see, it draws enemies to the center and lasts for a long time. Again, deals more damage to mobs, up to 10 targets, which is pretty cool. But it's a very niche use, it's not really general usage. Now, Finisher. This one, knocks down, decreases the target's defense, right? Good AoE as well, but if you look at the animation, it takes some time before you actually hit the enemy, so, it's iffy. Now, the next one, faster, where you do less damage. And then, skill can be used 2 times, increasing attack by 2%, stacking up to 2 times. It's okay, but the attack buff is so minuscule that I don't think it's even worth considering. Now, lastly, when this skill hits, the user recovers 3% of their mana and power gauge, up to 3 times. Now, this could potentially be good depending on your artifact set, right? Maybe it'll Maybe it's the difference between you able to spam your ultimate and not spamming your ultimate. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for the basic skills. So now we're gonna be going to the recommended skills. So I would recommend, if you don't have any of the let's say you have none of the runes. In that case, I would recommend Death Stance and Multi-Strike. Well, but actually, no, I would recommend. Oh, sorry, look at that. Yes, I would recommend the Crushing Blow and Death Stance if you don't have any of the runes, because it has break damage, which is very important for bosses, and that's pretty much about it. Now, if you don't care about that and you want to do AoE, then I would recommend Vertical Arts and Mutilate. This is just for AoE with no break damage, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you do have the runes, I would recommend the Dark Rune for Crushing Blow, Dark Rune for Multi-Strike, Dark Rune for Vertical Arts, and the Dark Rune for Cutting Rush. If you get lucky, I would recommend using any two of these, mainly for utility's sake, right? But try and make sure that one of them does break damage. And then for this one, yeah, any of these are good for this one. Just use the element that is advantageous to the boss. And then that's pretty much it. The rest is up to your own consideration, but just know that the skills that I recommended are probably gonna make your life easier, especially the dark ones, the dark elements. So next up we have the QTEs. My favorite move. My favorite move in the entire game, Shadow Step. 60% defense debuff. And the condition is Extreme Evasion. Try and utilize it as much as possible because the defense debuff here is the highest I've seen so far. And it's easily accessible. Next up, these two. Just spam your QTE whenever you can. It's free, doesn't use anything, and it's free damage. So if you're not using it, you're missing out on free damage because it costs 0 mana. Now for ultimate skill, this one is what you start off with. I would argue that this has the better animation, right? But unfortunately, this does more damage. It still has a good animation though. Okay, never mind, it's better. But yeah, this one deals more damage. They both cost, I think they cost the same, right? So just use Mutilate. And that's pretty much about it. Let's stop the preview. Okay, so that's pretty much about it for this video. Apologies if it took a while. We did go through a lot of skills here, which explains it. So if you got any more questions in regards to the skills, how to build Song Jinwoo's skill set, or anything like that, do let me know in the comments below. There isn't technically a one solution when it comes to using skills, but if you do want something like that, just make sure at least one of your skills have this one, Death Stance, or have at least one skill that has invincibility and then one that has a break damage, right? And that's pretty much about it. So this is the counter attack one. So if you don't want counter attacking, then just use these two dark skills. And that's pretty much about it. If you got any more questions, do let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.